guys, a fraternity is a group of like-minded gentlemen who congregate together in order to achieve certain social and academic goals and benefit from them, using each other as, key foundations.
Load up on guns, bring...
Well, the letters itself represent something are very symbolic, and you don't find that out until you become an actual brother to what they stand for. But the Omega Pi Sigma to me are those letters, and we can, as brothers, we look at those symbols and we know what they stand for and how they are applied to our lives and how we can better ourselves through those.
I really enjoy the fact that you can get to know a ton of people and be really close with them. Otherwise, in different settings, it might be a little bit more difficult. There's only other areas you would have a chance to be close, or be as close to these guys or any other people would be through sports teams, or that's about it, really.
Just to bring together like-minded men, and as I said, you can come in here not knowing too many people, and I think what we do so well is we bring in all these guys and we all get along. And so in your first year in university, you make 20 good mates straight away, and you just keep on building that every year or every semester as we go, so we get more and more people join along.
Well, it's up to us, I guess. Look, I hope that it can be really not just known about throughout this campus, but all the other campuses on the Gold Coast, or, even Australia. I just hope that we can really build. We've got the opportunity to really build into something massive here, but it all starts now, and it starts with pledges, I guess. The more pledges, that's the only way we get more numbers, and the more numbers you have, the bigger you are, I suppose. So, 5 years' time, you'd like to have a heap more pledges come through. The same process. You want to start with the same traditional things with the pledge events and all the events like uni parties and things like that, but really expand into something massive that everyone can sort of realise that we are an actual fraternity, we're not just mucking around.
There is a hierarchy. We go from presidents, we have a treasurer, security. I think there's more of an executive board, and with the president at the top of that. The president oversees everything else, whereas the executive board focuses on little areas of the fraternity. So you have a social chair who looks after all the socialising of the fraternity. You have someone, the pledge master, who looks after the pledging fraternity. You have the alumni relationships officer, who looks at all alumni and graduates and opportunities that we can get them to be involved in. And also, I think you have your club relations officer, because we are a club at Griffith, and so the club should be able to know other clubs, do co-hosting other events, so we can really get our names out there.
The process of joining fraternity starts at Culture Sign-On Day down at the uni bar, and you come in, you put your name down, you put your email address in, and we'll give you a phone call to tell you to meet for a rush week. And a rush week is basically a lot of events that unfold, which is a good way to socialise and get to know the new guys, the new pledges. And then based out of that, we have a bid night, which is where you put up your bid to become a pledge. And then once you're a pledge, if you've made it through bid night, which is pretty taxing, I guess, on most pledges, but they somehow seem to get through. Once you become an actual pledge, that's where the process, I guess, really starts and really kicks off. And I guess the whole semester at uni is based around focused solely on the pledges. So personally, myself as a pledge master, I've got a big responsibility throughout the semester to put a heap of pledge events, I guess, in place and make it embarrassing for these guys, I suppose, because that's kind of what pledging's about. It's the bonding side of things, but also a bit of embarrassment. That's the process itself, and that comes to the end. Your brotherhood initiation, I guess, where you become a brother, you've passed all your tasks, and you're finally a member, and it's a big semester-long process. The tasks, we try to make them different every semester, I guess, but we've got a couple of ones that will always stick around. This semester, for example, we had toy soldiers as a task where they had to wear necklaces, with little toy soldier figurines, and all the brothers of the group had whistles, and basically all we had to do as brothers is blow the whistle, and then if the pledge was seen or heard, obviously, the whistle, then they were to hold the the position of the toy soldiers. So that lasted for a whole week. They don't generally last for a whole week. They're usually in a couple of hours. They're done and dusted. We have capture the flag. We have water bomb the president with the pledges of the bodyguards. So look, there's a lot of pledge events. The pledge events are probably the best part of, I reckon, the fraternity. It's a lot of fun as being brothers to watch these guys go through embarrassing situations, just to try and get that bonding thing happening. But yeah, definitely the pledge events are the best part of it all.
It is definitely a commitment, there's no doubt about that. You sort of have to balance yourself as you're working, your university studies, but also your commitment to the fraternity in the sense that you need to attend some of the pledge tasks. You need to learn what we stand for. You need to learn our creed, our chants, what our ideals are. You got to do the pledge tasks. And so in a way, it takes more than just commitment. It takes discipline. You got to put up with all these things that you have to go through. But in the end of it, you sort of come out on the best because you have all these experiences now that you've shared with other people, and you sort of now grow closer as a mate to those guys.
It's just stepping out of your comfort zone, putting yourself in a new environment, challenging yourself to interact with other people, and yeah, it's just a good opportunity to experience people's opinions in new walks of life, and opens many doors to many opportunities. And at the end of the day, you're only going to benefit from hanging out with other different people than people within your own friendship bubble.
We'll come with you with all the sound. The place where we became